Well, that was rather fun, wasn't it? I do find it ever so invigorating to cut a cutthroat's throat.
You just died in the process, but okay. You know, you seem awfully relaxed for someone who was just the target of an assassin.
Oh, one gets used to this kind of thing so quickly. This is hardly the first time someone's filled some poor fool's purse and bid him kill the prince. I'll tell you what, though. Whomever wants me out of the picture will have to do a lot better if they seek to get the better of me. All those bumblers they've sent so far mark a mere insult to my swordsmanship.
Well, well, well. Ever the humble one. There we have another companion. So let's do a marker here so we can go just like marking where I still have to explore. What are you, Margot?
The woman looks out on the gently lapping waves. She seems totally at peace, but as you approach, she turns to you with a cheerful smile.
Oh, someone happy at Fort Joy.
Haven't seen you around here before. New?
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Actually still new, but it kind of feels like I've been here forever.
Oh, that'll happen here. Hope Griff and his people aren't giving you too hard of a time. He and his have it out for anyone who ain't a human. More and more do these days.
Great.
You here alone?
At first, yes, but I've been lucky enough to make some close ties. And it looks around other people with him.
She gives you a long look.
You keep them friends of yours close, eh? Some of us haven't got anyone at all anymore.
Oh, is she talking about herself?
Not much in this world someone you love can't make better.
Well, if I may ask, why are you here all alone?
Used to be I had a family. A husband and a little boy. We were healers. Source was in our blood.
More healers. Kind of similar to Lavender's story.
Then they brought us here. I couldn't stop them from taking my boys from me when they did. Reckon they were cured. Maybe even released. Don't know why the Reds didn't take me too.
This whole thing is so fishy.
Now I'm just waiting for him to call my name. Waiting and remembering.
Gosh. I mean, if you want to tell me more, it would be lovely. So, what were your boys like?
Her eyes sparkle.
Oh.
Kind of you to ask. Stefan, he was my little one. Smart as a whip and no less wicked. And my husband, he was called Felix. He was an expert healer. Could fix a broken bone in a short minute.
Yeah, great. Lock the healers up. Lavender takes a seat in the sand and listens. Just happy to have some distraction and kind conversation.
She talks for some time about birthdays, about Felix's prickly beard, about the skunk Stefan once dragged home for a pet. Joy radiates from her as she remembers. She places a warm hand on your shoulder.
What a gift to think of them. I'd like to give something to you too. A family recipe. One of Felix's best. He'd be happy to know it went to such a warm soul. Take care of yourself. You hear? You're a sweet one.
What did she give to us? That's what I last picked up. Is it a restoration scroll? Probably. Simple rhyme. Old nursery rhyme reads, "Come join me when it's hot. Come join me at the fire. Come join me around the pot. That's how we make our dinner. Oh, now we can make a cooking station. Ah, another future companion.
Come on, you stubborn hunk of garbage.
They all survived.
The dwarf's fingers clamp around a splintered chunk of wood nailed to the skeleton of an old ship. His whole body strains with the effort of wrenching the plank free, to no avail.
Well, looks like you'd need a hand, right?
Got two of my own, haven't I?
Sometimes that's not enough.
The dwarf spits into each of his calloused palms and rubs them together before placing them both back on the plank and pulling.
Gosh.
Bleeding nail must be charmed or something.
Those source hunting business sounds sus when there are way too many source users out there. Yeah, from what we know so far, definitely just seems like, well, blaming people for the bad things in the world, right? You know, you can accept help. Are you sure I shouldn't help? I can.
Go on then, give it a go.
You grab the plank and pull. The rusted nail pops loose,
Yes.
and the plank promptly crumbles to
You're so
pieces in your
strong.
hand.
Oh, look at that. Nice of you to finish the job after I loosened her up.
Uh-huh.
He winks and flips a gold coin toward you. It makes a long, high arc, glinting in the sun, and lands squarely in your hand.
For your trouble.
You know, I don't think the worth of that plank is really a coin.
No, but I'd hoped to build something with it that would be worth 1,000. Yeah, it were a fool's errand thinking I could make something out of this heap, but I couldn't help myself from trying.
Is he trying to craft like a raft or something to get off of this island? Quite optimistic.
He sucks a finger and holds it up to the wind, testing the breeze.
Winds like these, she would have capsized before she reached the break. Well, on to plan B.
Plan B. Sounds like you have quite a lot of escape plans. What's it?
He gives you a wry look, as though deciding whether to trust you.
Aye, was planning to build me a raft and paddle off.
Knew it.
I've got business north of here, in a town called Driftwood. Far be it from me to miss an appointment.
I mean, if you're getting out, I would love to tag along.
Why don't we make a deal then? You help me get out of this place, and I'll do the same for you.
Lavender reaches out and shakes his hand. You know, I'd be glad to have you as an ally.
That's the spirit.
He lifts an invisible cap and bows with the grace of a courtier.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. The name's... well, the name's dead and buried. What matters is what they call me. Beast.
Yeah, I really just wanted to say I do wonder how he acquired that name. Beast. I mean, that's not a really charming name, so how do you come by that?
Well, that's quite the story now. Let's save it for a better day. Say when we finally make it off this damn island.
And we're just missing one origin character. Yes, the ominous elf.
Suffice to say, I'd at least be Captain Beast in better times. I'm out of a ship at the moment, though. Even a salty old dog like me's got to sweat on dry land now and then. Anyhow, we're a team now, so the me is not half as important as the us.
And definitely one of the friendlier ones.
Let's get down to brass tacks. Fighting, I mean.
Definitely more open and friendlier than the Red Prince of Fane.
I've been up and down the realm so often it'd make your cabbage spin, and I picked up a few tricks along the way. Truth be told, I've grown fond of crushing and casting. A battle mage, if you like. But there's not so important as team dynamics. So what'll it be?
Yeah, with these we're going to go for the Enchanter, so both Hydrosophist and Arrowforge. Of course, that's a fun combination.
You've been around as long as I have, you pick up a thing or two. What do you have in mind?
You You know, it would be quite fun to travel with an enchanter, someone who can manipulate and weaken my enemies. And hopefully not me.
Then it's settled.
Alright.
Capital! Well, that's that sorted. Onward then. I've got to get out of here, and soon. And I suppose you do too.
I would take it. Well, now the party's full. With the Red Prince, so we need to find his replacement. Update. And as usual, after traveling by ship...
can make short bloody work of the ship. Am I the lone survivor?
Lots of similarities to Baldur's Gate 3.
Something.
Tutorial in a
Wanted
ship,
me alive.
some supernatural intervention, and starting out on a beach. I just wanted to say, I saw crab hiding here.
Ha! Call it like a dog. A very leafy dog. I'd pity you. But Sceptre the Ineffable have no patience for weakness.
Sceptre the Ineffable. Interesting name. Quite the name for a crab. If I may ask you, so, oh holy Sceptre the Ineffable, what are you doing here?
Laughing in the faces of my enemies, of course. Little do they know, the most powerful sorcerer the world has ever known scuttles on their very shores.
Ever seen a crab laughing? Or heard a crab laughing? I made myself another peach tea. Oh, that's nice. Like an iced tea or just regular peach tea? Oh, almighty crab and sorcerer, do you know, can you fathom what happens inside the fort?
Sorcerers dance while magistrates pull their strings. Fools all! Their tomfoolery won't save them from the destruction the void shall wreak upon them.
So, if I dare ask, how did you come by your source powers, almighty scepter?
This power is my birthright, same as yours, but one of us has grown to astounding heights, and the other has sunken to depths too humiliating to describe. Pity.
I wonder who's who. So, knowing any way out of Fort Joy?
But of course, they'll happily dump your maggot-ridden corpse into the sea when they're through with you.
Okay. Lavender raises an eyebrow. I mean, they all at least said they wanted to cure me, right? I knew it.
Ha! Of course, precious. But which is worse, the cure or the disease?
Well, well, well. Regular peach tea ones from the tea color. Never had them, have to try them out. So I really like peach iced tea. Oh no, an autosave. What's happening here?
Yes. Is it an audience you desire?
But yeah, I mean, we could go and have a little talk with our companions. So, yeah, I want an audience.
Quite right. Do seek my counsel. I highly recommend it. Yes, by all means, let us partake in the art of conversation.
Okay, that one is the nicest so far.
Quite right. Do seek my counsel. I highly recommend it.
Mm-hmm. So, what do you, mighty Red Prince, think we should do next?
I intend to rule an empire one day, not a tiny outcropping in the sea, lording over gulls and guppy fish. To that end, I suggest we focus on the obvious. A farewell to Fort Joy and a hello to the mainland. Of course, I'd much appreciate it if we managed to find a dreamer first.
I mean, all this talk about empires and stuff, I do wonder, how did a royal end up in Fort Joy?
There was a small incident which prompted my many rivals to move against me. Technically, they had the letter of the law on their side.
Mm-hmm.
Such a nuisance, the law.
Oh boy.
Quite necessary to keep the common in line, of course, but one such as myself it should exempt as a matter of course.
Oh gosh. Nice. Yeah. Lavender and the Red Prince won't be friends. He's so arrogant and full of himself. Absolutely. Quite the superiority complex. You know, if there's a law, it should be universal. No one should be exempt from the law. Least of all those who claim they should be.
By the rabble and for the rabble. You're one of those, are you? Remember that by the rabble and for the rabble, sorcerers are being exiled to hell pits like these.
Yeah, but the law sucks. Not that the law applies to everyone except you.
We'll see if you'll still trumpet the virtues of law when its executors turn to us with malicious intent.
So, if I may ask, what incident was that made you run afoul of the law in the first place?
I hardly know you as yet. Let's leave some mystery in the relationship, shall we? We can exchange criminal records later.
Sounds romantic. So, you said it wasn't the first time. How many assassins had you have sent after you?
There isn't much to say, but for the fact that I simply must. It's the portent of it all. I can feel it. The revelation will be world-changing. I just know it.
Lavender smiles. Well, now you got my curiosity.
And justified it is too. You will be a witness to wonders, I assure you. As certain as the sun, such is my conviction. I will be, then grow beyond being.
So you want to ascend? It really didn't answer my question. Oh well. Well, believe it or not, I was still kinda happy that you survived the shipwreck.
As am I. A prince should die of old age or on the battlefield. Anything else could be construed as weakness of character. That said, I've the distinct feeling I wasn't meant to die today, for despite your heroics, I was still cast into the water. I sank. I drowned. But there was something in the water. A voice made of air that soothed my flooding lungs.
What happened to all of
There was
us?
sudden light, warmth, life.
Oh, a voice! Did you see a white tunnel too?
As a matter of fact, yes. You doubt it, do you? You think it was all but a trick of the dying mind to stave off the trauma of fast-approaching oblivion? Perhaps.
Just messy.
Mine is a skeptical approach to tall tales as well. Still, I wonder if...
I mean, the voice also didn't give us anything to go by, did it?
He hesitates.
Are you a religious person?
To a certain degree, yes.
A pity. Religious persons tend to be all too self-important in their supposed humility.
Wait, you want to tell me something about humility?
As for myself, I perform the ancient rites of prayer and ceremony with a kind of languid indulgence. After all, when one is revered by many as a living god oneself, public deprecation would be needlessly self-important as well, wouldn't you say?
What was that about humility? Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Ugh. Okay. Lesson number 5. Why he's not going to end up in our final party.
Tired of the view in here yet?
Not looking at you. I gotta say, I'm really glad I went back for you when the ship was sinking.
I am too, I must say. Good to know someone's got your back when the going's tough.
You know, I've been feeling a little lost in Fort Joy. Where do you think we should go?
Well, I've got a contract to complete. After that, getting the hell out of Fort Misery seems the best option. I figure we track down my inside man, and then we take it from there.
Definitely the better name. You know, I'm still wondering about this little errand you mentioned. Who exactly are you going to kill?
Ifan shrugs off his backpack
Oh.
and reaches into its depths. After rummaging
tells
around,
us.
He holds out a tattered page to you, upon which you can see a broken wax seal in the shape of a wolf's paw.
Kinda didn't expect that.
Have a read of my contract and find out.
Van Mest, your target, is none other than the Divine Bishop Alexander, leader of the Divine Order. Get close and show your benefactor why the Silver Claw is the most feared amongst all the lone wolves. For some aid in your mission, seek Magister Boris in the ghetto. Speak our motto, lead you Dumar, to identify yourself. May the moon light your tracks, Roost Enlon. I like Ifan. Yeah, he's awesome, isn't he? I mean, obviously my favorite character, though Lohse is a very close second.
So, time to find this Boris fellow.
I'm quite open.
You've read my contract. What does that look in your eye mean?
Beam with excitement. I mean, did you see the guy in front of Fort Joy? Lavender beams with excitement. We're killing him!
He raises an eyebrow and folds his arms, appraising you.
Me, not you. It's my contract.
We're a team.
But you can come along for the ride.
Yeah, I guess it won't be easy, but whatever was, so I'll help.
Good to know. And likewise, with whatever errands of your own you have. I'd say we're making good progress already, no?
Gotta say, I'm kinda curious about you. Can I ask you a question?
He freezes and shoots you a wary glance, looking for all the world like a wild animal caught in the lantern light of a racing carriage.
Well, why not? Go ahead.
I love how displeased he sounds despite agreeing. But no, his hand. I'm sometimes a little bit confused about the pronouns, cause it's always written from your perspective and you don't read it like that. Lavender eyes Ifan's hands resting casually on Ifan's weapon and asks, well, how many contracts have you fulfilled so far?
Ifan begins counting on his fingers and muttering to himself. This goes on for quite some time.
I wonder how many.
43, give or take.
That's quite a few. Did I expect more? On the other hand, I mean, how many people have we killed here so far? 4, right? Well, I guess good to know. Lavender nods non-committally.
Indeed. That's pretty much how I feel about it too. What else do you want to know?
I've noticed that you kind of move like the bearing of a soldier. Did you serve? I mean, before doing the whole errand thingy.
That I did. In Lucian's own army.
Oh. How awkward. Change the subject. I mean, quite the turn of events. How can you aim to kill the son of the divine you served?
A contract is a contract. Lone wolves don't ask questions, we just do the work.
Quite pragmatic.
Besides, not like Alexander is a delicate little innocent now, is it? You've seen his work.
He presses his lips tightly together and looks away. There's a coldness in his eyes you haven't seen until now.
There's a reason I don't wear order garb anymore.
I mean, we're all wearing prisoner's garb.
But let's talk about those old days another time.
Curious. Despite being very curious, Lavender nods. I understand you don't want to talk about the past, but I would be dying to hear about that someday.
Thanks for understanding. Now, let's keep moving.
No, more questions.
I'd say we're making good progress already, no?
We can offer him a drink. Oh, why not? You know, escaping thirsty work. Lavender rummages through his pack and offers Ifan a drink.
Seeming surprised, Ifan gladly takes the drink from your hands and downs a hefty glug.
Ah, that hit the spot.
Drunk. Characters drunk. Can be sobered up with clear-minded status. Intelligence -1, initiative -5, accuracy -5%. More dodging, more lucky charm. Wait, being drunk makes lucky?
He holds the flagon out to you.
And without hesitating, Lavender accepts and takes a glug.
The alcohol hits you like the void itself. Your head spins and your feet feel unsteady. Suddenly, being stuck in a prison ruled by the despotic order doesn't strike you as the worst way to spend time.
Can you also almost hear the Red Prince rolling his eyes loudly and being like, "Ah, that's common folk."
This reminds me of sharing Rotgut with Roost and the boys back at camp. Wish they weren't so far. So tell me, if we weren't stuck here, what would you be doing with your time?
I mean, backstory-wise, exploring the world and healing people, probably. Like an adventure? Sounds fitting. Lavender shrugs. You know, I like an adventure, so who knows where I'd be.
And what better adventure could there be than the one we're on, eh?
One with a lower difficulty.
Relic of flame. That brew went straight to my bladder. If you'll excuse me. Soon as I saw that glint in your eye, I knew we'd make a solid team.
I think we asked all the questions, but let's go back to that one.
If you must.
You know, one oh so evil sorcerer to another. What do you think of the Divine Order?
Not much, I'll tell you that. Why? What do you think of them?
Well, I don't think there's anything divine about the Divine Order anymore. But I do have faith in what is truly divine.
Faith got us into this mess in the first place. I'll wager it's not faith that'll get us out. Come on, let's use brains and brawn to poke around. Our animal noses might be able to sniff out some blind spots in their surveillance.
Okay, let's sober up.